actually. Linear and non-linear system. Actually, how can you know? How can you define this system is linear? Any system is linear. Any instrument is linear. Or anything is linear. The thing is that the system that satisfies the superposition principle that called as linear system. Superposition means it's both homogeneity, additive in nature. Homogeneity and same in nature. Additive means that is we can sum up the two different equation. That we cannot sum up the x plus y. That we can only write the x plus y, z plus 2. But we can sum up 2 plus 4, 6. That is the homogeneity nature. And another point, just write down, a relaxed system that does not satisfy the superposition principle. Write down, a relaxed system that does not satisfy the superposition principle called nonlinear system. Give an example, a nonlinear system. Can you explain me y is equal to mx plus c? Is it linear or non-linear?
So linear.
Sujit Behra told linear. Then anybody else?
So linear.
Sobhagyo linear. Then anybody? No. Then just that is non-linear. Y is equal to mx plus c. Y is equal to mx. M is the slope. You are telling slope. Slope is any constant. Okay. But c you cannot you cannot define c. C is we are telling intercept. It is completely non-linear. Y is equal to mx plus c. You just see and check. It is completely linear. V is equal to IR. It is linear or non-linear? V is equal to IR.
Linear. Linear.
Yes, good. Another question I am asking. One instrument, as you are an instrumentation student, one instrument, any instrument, any potentiometer, voltmeter, rotameter, anything, CRO, anything. How can you know the system, the instrument is linear? What is that condition? What is that condition? The condition is that over the instrument, the sensitivity is constant. Basically, sensitivity is the output by input. Yes or no? In control system, output by input. In control system, we are teaching sensitivity of A with respect to K. That is, in mathematically, we write K by A is into del A by del K. Yes or no? Sensitivity of A with respect to B. Then what is its equation? Formula? Sensitivity of A with respect to B. The formula is B by A into del A by del B. Partial differentiation with respect to V. Yes. Then y is equal to x square n. Write down yn is equal to x square n. Y is equal to x square n. Then prove its linearity. Yn is equal to x square n. That is, first we do the transformation. Yn is equal to t of xn. That is, we can write also x1 square n. Similarly, y2, y2n is equal to, we can write x2 square n. We can write also, you can see also sometimes linearity. Just wait. Actually not here, actually it is in PDF. Can I share the PDF?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, just wait. I am just wait. Thank you. In February, I think college will reopen. Is it visible? Linear.
Yes, sir.
The system that yeah, already I have told that thing. Just you can write down a system is linear if and only if the transformation of enter thing is equal to the individual thing. Means simply you apply the superposition theorem. Superposition theorem, if there is a two source, first close the one source and find out the I1, close the another source, find out the I2, then I is equal to I1 plus I2. This is the simple fundamental things. I have given that question, yn is equal to x square of n. Just write it down, then you will check it out at home. Today I will complete linear, non-linear, stable, unstable, and some convolution some part I will ask. If you tell, then I will not continue. Have you written? You are writing.
Yes, sir. So, 2 seconds, sir.
Then y3 is equal to y1n plus y2n. That equal to transformation of x1n plus transformation of x2n. माने हमें individual को कर देंगे. The output due to the weighted sum of input is y3, this, which is not equal hela matre equation 1 is not equal to equation 2. That is the system is non-linear. Simply another example you see, just check. Nxn, you just do it. Yn is equal to nxn. It is a linear system. Just I have taken example. Yn is equal to nxn. It is definitely if n is equal to 1, if you take n is equal to 1, then x1, y1. Definitely yn is equal to xn, that is linear. It is visible. But if you in question, if you get coming, then you have to do the transformation 1, transformation 2, then summation of t is equal to transformation 1 plus transformation 2. According to that, you have to prove. Then you will get mark. Then move to that thing. Already I have told representation of arbitrary sequence. Already I told you have given also answer. Delta k, f k is equal to delta n minus k. That you know. Only we have to move that stable and unstable. Just tell me what are the just tell me how can you know the system is stable? How can you know the system is stable?
When
Atanmay?
bonded gets bonded output.
That is in DSP. You are telling in DSP. I am asking from the control system. How can you know the system is stable?
Sir, if output is a particular state,
yes, Sujit. कौन पूछो?
if the output of the instrument is a particular state, then we can say this is a stable system.
In control
Transfer
system,
function is negative.
transfer function.
The transfer function must be negative.
Transfer function must be. What is the defined transfer function? Is it transfer function is a gain? Is it transfer function is a gain? Yes or no? Just tell me, Soumya.
Gain.
Ah,
The ratio of G of S, H of S.
ratio of no. Just you tell correctly. अच्छा चिन्मय भंजा.
So, Ibo जଣା थिला stability रे.
What is transfer function? I am asking.
So, transfer function is the ratio of Laplace of input to output to Laplace of input.
It is partially correct, not correct, partially correct. तुम सब भूल जाइछो सौभाग्य. Tell.
So it is the ratio of Laplace transfer of output by Laplace transfer of input given all input conditions as 0.
All initial conditions set to 0.
Yes, initial.
Yes. In LTI system से कहूची. LTI system linear time invariant system. ହେଲା. Linear time invariant system. ହେଲା. Transfer function is a gain. Gain is not a transfer function. Somewhere you told transfer function is negative. Then if zeta value is positive, zeta value is negative, then what is the condition for the stability? What is the condition for the stability? If zeta is positive, then the system is stable or unstable? Devesh Agarwal. Devesh has left the meeting. Devesh Agarwal gone.
Sorry sir, mic जगह reset छुई गला.
अच्छा ये बोलो.
Yes sir.
If zeta is positive, then what is the system stability? It is stable or unstable? The system is stable. Just read it out. If zeta is negative, the system is unstable. Zeta 0, zeta 1, zeta less than 1, zeta greater than 1. You have studied in second order transfer function, time response of second order transfer function. Have you studied? Actually, control related to signal system or DSP. Okay. Then actually, तो जो जिनसे हम पहुंचोगे सीधा कहूँ. In the pole zero concept, all the pole and zero placed in the left half of the S plane. Then it the system will be
Stable.
stable. Jadi if at least one or more than that pole and zero placed on the imaginary axis, then what will be the system's stability?
Marginally stable.
Marginally stable. Marginally stable means what is its characteristic? Amplitude and frequency constant. Yes or no? Marginally sinusoidal wave is marginally stable. Yes or no? Any sinusoidal or cosine is the marginally stable. Yes or no? अरे sinusoidal ले चित्र कर no? Yes, it is definitely marginally stable. माने सही अवस्था. Then you are telling, and another thing, have you studied jet transform in a signal system? Have you studied in signal system jet transform? No. Okay. Write down. Moi tinta point rakemi. Tinta point you have to remember. It will come in exam. Hala. First lekho. A system is said to be Vibo stable. A system is said to be Vibo stable if every bounded input produces a bounded output. Every bounded input produces a bounded output. Next part lekho. A bounded signal has an amplitude that remains finite. A bounded signal has an amplitude that remains finite. Then put a star mark and write it down. Condition for a system to be Biot stable. What are the condition? The system will
Bounded signal.
bounded signal has an amplitude that remain finite. Try to write it down quickly. A bounded signal has an amplitude that remain finite. Okay. Then put a star mark and start writing. The condition for a system to be Biot stable are: first point, if the system transfer function is a rational function, comma, the degree of numerator must be larger than the degree of denominator. The system transfer function is a rational function, comma, the degree of numerator greater than the degree of denominator. Second point from contour system, I am contour system and Z transfer I am writing. You have to remember that thing. Second point, the poles of the transfer function must lie on the left half of the S plane or within the unit circle in the Z plane. It is one question I am telling, and before going to the poles of the system must lie in the left half of the S plane or within the unit circle in the Z plane. The third point, write down, if pole lies on the imaginary axis, must be a single order one. If a pole lies on the imaginary axis, must be a single order one. No repeated poles must lie on the imaginary axis. These are the conditions of the Biot stable. First law, bounded input produces bounded output. What is
last part?
Yes, Sujit, go.
So last point.
If a pole set out,
If a pole lies on imaginary axis, must be a single order one. If a pole lies on imaginary axis, must be a single order one. That is, no repeated poles must lie on. No repeated poles lie on imaginary axis. No repeated poles. Gute thara hochi au single order one. Acha, first mate कहया दरकार अछि bounded input, bounded output. Is it bounded input, bounded output? Is it a buffer like? Dimple Dubey. Is it a buffer like?
Yes, sir.
You tell. What is the answer? No. Bounded
input. Join kale left e jaythile.
Late reason kulu kono?
Sir, actually mu astile sir hospital mu jejumanko pai to because sir problem hoche tiki network ro.
ठीक है, okay. और था धीरे था. The bounded input, bounded just simply is not a buffer, but it's a buffer. Buffer meaning kono? If you give P, the output will be P. If you give 1, the output will be 1. If you give input 1, 2, simply bounded input means we have to fix the limit. According to that, the output will be get. But thing is that in buffer, input and output is same. But in that case, we have fixed the input with the amplitude 2. Then there is a process. Process may be a gain, maybe a transfer function, maybe a reducer. Reducer means कमाई दबो 2 टाको half कर दबो. तो से अनुसार से बाहर हो. किंतु that fix amplitude ना fix frequency definitely ରହିବ. That is bounded input and bounded output. Then out से जिनसे कहूची the Single order one. What is the order and type of the system? Order and type of the system? Anybody else? Saubhagya? Saubhagya Pratik.
Yes, sir.
What is order?
So, sir, order is the highest degree present in the transfer of S in the transfer function.
Highest degree of the characteristic equation. What is the equation of characteristic equation, Somnath Sahu? What is the
1 plus GS into H of S equals to 0.
okay? The highest degree, highest power present in the characteristic equation is called order. What is type, Priyadeep Banerjee? What is type?
Sir, the number of poles present at the origin determine the type of the system.
Okay, very good. ठीक है, okay. Then we will go to, then write down, just not necessary, just how can you check the stability? Just write down HL is equal to, check the stability. Check the stability, the problem. HL is equal to half to the power n un. Half 1 by 2 whole to the power n un. Hn is equal to half whole to the power n un. Check the stability. Do it and tell me. Smriti Ranjita.
Yes, sir.
Do it.
Half to the power n into
Up to the power n un. The formula is write down, just formula. The necessary and sufficient condition for stability is equal to summation of n is equal to minus infinitive to infinitive modulus of hn less than infinitive. Summation lower limit n is equal to minus infinitive to infinitive higher limit modulus of hn less than infinitive. Vidhi Sultania.
Yes, sir.
Kela problem ta?
No, sir. Doing.
ମୁଁ କହିଲି ବୁଝିପାରିଲ?
Yes, sir.
just do it. ବହି ଦେଖିକି କର କି
Yes, sir.
Have you remember the FPGP formula? Then you will do it. Otherwise, not possible. FPGP formula. If you know the FPGP formula, then you will do it. Hn is equal to, actually, the Hn is equal to half. Half means it is less than infinitive. Definitely it is stable. And then tell me what 1 plus a plus a square dot 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 up to infinity. What is its value? 1 by 1 minus a. Yes, Devas, tell me.
1 by 1 minus a କହୁଥିଲି।
1 by 1 minus a. ଏଟା କେମିତି ହେଲା? ବୋଧେ 1 by 1 minus a to the power ଗୋଟେ just that GP formula. I am also forget. भूली जाଉଛି just.
You have want the first term.
Yes.
So is the
ratio or difference?
yes sir.
ସବୁ ଏଥିରୁ এই সবুরু ସବୁ প্রবলেম করুথো নহলে পরীক্ষার পুরা উপর তলা হয়ে যাব মনে রাখতা the next come to convolution sum actually मैडम तुमको पढ़ाई थिबे स्वागत के मैडम को मेथड पढ़ाई छिन तुमको कहले टिके व्हाट आर द मेथड्स यू हैव स्टडीड इन convolution
graphical matrix.
graphical
Matrix methods.
good and another method is tabular method I think tabular method is very easy
Yes, sir.
tabular method actually जिते बेले परीक्षा रे पढिबो तुमको मन रखिथाओ जिते बेले तुमको एटा 200% इन एग्जाम गुटे बे ग्राफिकल मेथड एटा को कहा जे लिनियर कन्वोल्यूशन आ गुटे आसीबो सर्कुलर कन्वोल्यूशन यस तो सी कोन करिबो बेले बेले जति 4x4 मैट्रिक्स देला माने xn is equal to 4 yn is equal to 4 माने you are so lucky जे जाओ सेतिकरे रहि जाइछो जणे जणे मास्टर कोन थांती 4 5 दे दियंती 3 5 दे दियंती इट्स अ वेरी डिफिकल्ट बुझ पला ना काहे कि ना हमको पेडिंग करिया पड़िबो यस और नो वी हैव टू डू द पेडिंग जदी कम थिबो पेडिंग करिया पड़िबो पेडिंग करि के हम चलीबू तो अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट सब बळे मन रखता तुमे 3x3 4x4 मैट्रिक्स से 2 to 3 प्रॉब्लम प्रैक्टिस करिवो इट इज माय सिंसियर रिक्वेस्ट everybody should show me next class no tomorrow class at least 4x4 matrix ro dita linear convolution graphical method रे करिथिबो गुट्टे भी करो मोर किछ कथा नै graphical method matrix method tabular method it is my assignment to you okay the problem I will tell that problem actually you can write it down also write down that problem determine the convolution sum of two sequences write down determine the convolution of two sequences xn is equal to 3 2 1 2 and hn is equal to 1 to 1 1 to 1 रे 2 पाखरे मु एरर मार्क देछि 2 तळे एरर मार्क देछि
So 1 to 1 to no 1 to 1.
1 to 1 माने xn लो लेंथ ला 4 hn लो लेंथ ला 3 hn लो वैल्यू ला 1 to 1 2 तळे एरर मार्क देछि
xn ನ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ 3
So xn ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು error ନାହିଁ?
xn लो वैल्यू 3 to 1 2 3 to 1 2
Sir xn ରେ error ନାହିଁ?
xn लो मु एरर मार्क देइनी
Sir,
एरर मार्क
xn
देइनी
ରେ
माने it is obviously under 3
Yes, sir.
just 1 minute just 1 minute have you written 3 2 1 2 1 to 1 clear एटा को बापा कोथरे करिवो गुट्टे करिवो ग्राफिकल मेथड रे गुट्टे करिवो टेबुलर मेथड रे गुट्टे करिवो मैट्रिक्स मेथड रे अच्छा जदी तुमे मैट्रिक्स मेथड जानिचो मते टिके 2 मिनिट रे कहि दि परिवो या रिजल्ट केते डू इट अच्छा गोटे काम अच्छा जने कहउला बदे ना एटा 1 2 1 2 ना ये से एच
Yes, sir.
हाँ hn is equal to 1 2 1 2 actually yes yes madam to done this problem no okay cool just to tell me the hn is equal to 1 to 1 2 then in a matrix method or do it quickly I'll ask one by one dimple to be gala tapare pachaiba Sujit is also good सुजीत तुम्हें बहुत बड़ा एब्सेंट रह जाइए कौन पाई
Yes, sir.
कौन हितला बापा तुमरो
sir answer କହିଲେ
Last class ତ ଥିଲି.
लास्ट क्लास थिलु 25 तारिख थिलु
Yes, sir.
ओ ठीक अछि आंसर को बापा
sir answer କହିବି
हां यस यस
Sir, y of n will be 3, 8, 8, 12, 9, 4, 4.
Acha, it's very good. And another question to Sangram Chaudhary. Sangram, how can you
Yes, sir.
tell this answer is correct? କେମିତି ଚାଲିବ? How can you check the correctness of the answer?
Sir, ତାର length ଦେଖିବାକୁ ପଡିବ.
କୁହ, you just tell me ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ କହିଲି କୁହ.
Sir, xn length ହଉଛି 4 ଆଉ hn ର length ଯୋଉ 4 ତ yn ର length 8 ଆସିବ.
yn length 8 ଆସିବ ହେଲା. କେମିତି ଜାଣିଲ ଫର୍ମୁଲା? What is that formula? ସଂଗ୍ରାମ
ସେଟା add କଲେ
ଆଡ୍ କରିଦେଲେ ତ 8 ହଉଛି.
The formula
Even as well n1 plus n2 minus 1. Yes, and correctness କେମିତି କରିବ? What is the summation of xn? Summation of xn? Summation of xn କେତେ ହେଇଗଲା ବାପା ଦେଖ? 3 2 1 2 तने 8 ହେଇଗଲା. Summation of xn 8 ला ହେଲା. ତାରେ summation of hn କେତେ ହେଲା?
6.
6 ହେଲା. ତାହେଲେ ଏଠି କଣ କରିବ ତୁମେ? Summation of yn is equal to ଏଠି ହେବ 6 into 8 into 6 48. To check the correctness of the problem.
Yes, sir.
हाँ बस बुझिପାରିଲେ ना? ତେଣୁ ଏଇଟା ଠିକ ହେଲା, କିଛି ଅସୁବିଧା ନାହିଁ. ତାପରେ ତମେ ଯିବ. ଆଚ୍ଛା, properties of convolution ମ୍ୟାଡାମ କହିଛନ୍ତି ନା ନାହିଁ? property
ନାଇଁ sir.
କହିନାହାନ୍ତି? ଆଚ୍ଛା ହଉ ଠିକ.
नो सर.
हाँ ଏଇଟା ବେଳେ ବେଳେ short question ପଡେ, 1 ମାର୍କିଆ 2 ମାର୍କିଆ ପଡେ. That is the commutative law. Write down commutative law. Commutative law, it is xn convolution hn is equal to hn convolution xn. Okay, commutative law. Then next is associative law. In associative law, square bracket start xn convolution h1n square bracket and convolution h2n. That and is equal to xn convolution square bracket start h1n convolution h2n. Means it is associative. We can change ABC, A, B, C like this. Then come to distributive law. Distributive law. Distributive law रे कौन हो? xn convolution square bracket start h1n plus h2n square bracket or is equal to xn convolution h1n plus xn convolution h2n. That is the distributive law. It is sometimes they will ask, write down the 3 properties of the convolution and give an example. You can do it. It is not at least. Distributed nothing else. xn convolution square bracket start h1n plus h2n square bracket finish is equal to xn plus xn convolution h1n plus xn convolution h2n.
Yes, sir.
ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ସେ ଯୋଉ yn ଟା ପାଇଲେ ବାପା ହେଲା, ବୁଝିପାରୁଛ ତ କିଏ କରିଥିଲା ଏଠି କିଏ କରିକି ମତେ କହିଥିଲା ପ୍ରିୟଦୀପ କହିଥିଲା ପ୍ରିୟଦୀପ ସେ ଯୋଉ YN ପାଇଲ 38 ହଁ 3881294 ୟାକୁ ସମାସନ କଲ ସମାସନ ଅଫ YN କଲ ଦେଖିଆ କେତେ ଆସୁଛି
48 ଅଛି sir.
48 ଆସୁଛି that is the
48 sir.
correctness okay ସବୁବେଳେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ପରୀକ୍ଷାରେ କରିବ ମୁଁ ଆଉଥରେ ରିପିଟ କରି କହୁଛି ଆଗେ ତାକୁ କଣ କରିଦବ ଆଗେ ଗୋଟେ ରଫ ରେ ଯଦି ସେ ତ ସବୁବେଳେ ସେ ପରୀକ୍ଷାରେ ପଚାରିବ ଗ୍ରାଫିକାଲ ମେଥଡ ଯଦି ସେ କିଛି ମେଥଡ ପଚାରିବନି ତାହେଲେ ସବୁବେଳେ ଡୁ ଇଟ୍ ଇନ୍ ସ୍କ୍ୱାର ମ୍ୟାଟ୍ରିକ୍ସ ମେଥଡ ଓକେ ଯଦି 5 ମାର୍କ ଉପରେ ଦବ ଜାଣିଥାଉ ଯେ ସେ ଗ୍ରାଫିକାଲ ମେଥଡ ପଚାରିବ ଗ୍ରାଫିକାଲ ମେଥଡର ପ୍ରପର୍ଟିଜ ସବୁ ୟୁଜ ହବ ହୋଲ୍ଡିଂ ସ୍କେଲିଂ ସବୁ ୟୁଜ ହବ ନା ତ ସେଇ ଜାଗାରେ ତୁମେ କଣ କରିବ ବାପା ପରୀକ୍ଷା କରିବାର ମେଥଡ ତୁମକୁ କହିଦଉଛି ଆଗେ ରଫ ରେ ମ୍ୟାଟ୍ରିକ୍ସ ମେଥଡରେ କରିଦେଲା ପରେ ରେଜଲ୍ଟ ଜାଣିଗଲ ୟେସ୍ ଅର୍ नो ରେଜଲ୍ଟ ଜାଣିଗଲ ରେଜଲ୍ଟ ଜାଣିଗଲା ପରେ ତାପରେ ତୁମେ ଗ୍ରାଫିକାଲ କରି ଚାଲିଥିବ ବେଳେ ବେଳେ କଣ ନା ରେଜଲ୍ଟଟା ଏପଟ ସେପଟ ହୁଏ ତେଣୁ ତ ଭୁଲଟା ଧରା ପଡିଯିବ ଅବଶ୍ୟ ବିପିୟୁଟି ହେଇଥିଲେ ଭଲ ହେଇଥାନ୍ତା ଏବେ ତ ଏଇ କଥା ମୁଇଁ ଦେଖିବି ମୁଇଁ କରେକ୍ସନ କରିବି ମୁଁ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚନ କରିବି ତାଉ ସିଏ ଆଉ ଯାହା ବି କହୁଛି ସେଇ ଅନୁସାରେ ସେଟା ପଡିବ ବିପିୟୁଟି ହେଇଥିଲେ ଗୁଳମାଳିଆ କରିକି ପଳେଇଥାନ୍ତା ଆଉ ଆଚ୍ଛା ଆଚ୍ଛା ମତେ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ କଥା କୁହ ସମସ୍ତେ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ମୁଁ ତ ପଢେଇବି କୋରିଲେସନ ଏକା ପଢେଇବି ସମସ୍ତେ ଲାବ ରେକର୍ଡ ଦେଲ କି ନାହିଁ B1 B2 ସମସ୍ତେ ଅଛ ଲାବ ରେକର୍ଡ ଦେଲ କି ନାହିଁ
Yes, sir. ମୁଁ ଦେଇନି
Yes sir दे
वो
दीजिए.
माने लाभ रेकॉर्ड
दे
दे
दीजिए
हो
दे दीजिए.
दे दीजिए
दे दीजिए sir.
जो माने देई ना हो କାହିଁକି ନା ମୋର ଇଣ୍ଟରଭ୍ୟୁ ଥିଲା ବୋଲି ମୁଁ ଶୁକ୍ରବାର ଶନିବାର ନେଇ ନଥିଲି ନେକ୍ସଟ କ୍ଲାସ ମୁଁ ଫାଷ୍ଟ ମାନେ ସବମିଟ ହେଇଯିବ ଦେନେ କ୍ଲାସକୁ ଏଣ୍ଟର କରିବି ତାହେଲେ ସାଙ୍ଗେ ସାଙ୍ଗେ ତମକୁ ରିମୁଭ କରିଦେବି ଆଉ ଫେବ୍ରୁଆରୀ ମାସରେ ଅଫଲାଇନ କ୍ଲାସ ହବ ବୋଲି ରେଡି ହେଇକି ଥାଅ in February maybe after election offline class ବୁଝିଲ ତ କାଲି କି ଇଥିରେ କରିକି ଆଣିଥିବ ଇୟା ଆଉ କରୋନା ରିପୋର୍ଟ କିଛି କାମ କରୁନି ବୋଲି ଜାଣିଛୁ ନା ନାଇଁ ହେଲା ଯେ କରୋନା ରିପୋର୍ଟ ଦେଖିଦେଲେ ମାର୍କ ଦେଇ ଦିଆ ହବ ଆଉ ହବନି ତମେ ମାନେ ଦୁର୍ଭାଗ୍ୟରେ ପଡିଲ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ମନେ ରଖିଥାଅ ତୁମର ମତେ ଦେଖେଇବ ଫାଷ୍ଟ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ଆଉ ଯୋଉମାନେ ଲାବର ରେକର୍ଡ ଦେଇନ ଜଲ୍ଦି ଦବା ପାଇଁ ଚେଷ୍ଟା କର ହେଲା ଯେମିତି ମ୍ୟାଡାମ ପାଖରୁ ମୁଁ ନ ଶୁଣେ ଲାବ ରେକର୍ଡ ହେଇନି ଆଉ ନେକ୍ସଟ ଲାବ ରେକର୍ଡ ମୁଁ ଜଏନ କରୁଛି ହେଲା ଆଉ ଫେବ୍ରୁଆରୀ ମାସ ପାଇଁ ରେଡି ହୁଅ ଥାର୍ଡ ୱିକ୍ ଅଫ ଫେବ୍ରୁଆରୀ ୟୁ ୱିଲ ବି ହିୟର
गवर्नमेंट ऑफिस तो खोली वाला कॉलेज खोलियाटा दूर भाभी
କଲେଜ ଖୋଲିବ ଆଉ ମାନେ ଖାଲି ଜଷ୍ଟ ଇଲେକ୍ସନ ପାଇଁ ରଖା ହେଇଛି
आगे
ହେଲା କାଳେ ଆସିଲେ ପିଲାମାନେ ଭୋଟ ଦେବାକୁ ଯିବେନି ତେଣୁ ତମକୁ ଘରେ ରଖିଲେ ଆଟଲିଷ୍ଟ ଗୋଟେ ଭୋଟ ମିଳିବ ନା ବୁଝିଲୁ ତ ନେତା ପାଠଟା ପଢିବୁ ନହେଲେ ତ ବେକଟା ମୁଡିବି ପୁରା ନେକ୍ସଟ ତୁମର କ୍ଲାସ ନେବି ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ नो କ୍ଲାସ ମିସ୍ ହବାର ଆଉ ଚାନ୍ସ ନାହିଁ ମୋର ଯାହା କାମ ଥିଲା ସରିଯାଇଛି କାଲି ଅଛି 10:30 ରୁ 11:30 ଠିକ ଅଛି ଓକେ ଡନ୍ ଥ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ୟୁ ଫର ଆଟେଣ୍ଡିଂ ଦି କ୍ଲାସ